So I'm sorry I've been a little MIA the last few weeks. Um, my cat had chronic kidney disease since last June. He's probably had it since before then, but he got diagnosed last June. And a few weeks ago, he got very ill again, and he was hospitalized. And uh, about 9 days ago, he died. So I have sort of not been watching movies. I've been on a hiatus. If you read my blog, you'll know I've been on a hiatus. Um, but since it's a new month, I decided I should try to get back on the bandwagon. And I know that been sort of not wanting to do videos because he was such an important part of my videos, an important part of my life, and so it's been really hard to talk lately. Okay, now I'm crying. But I figured he'd want me to be happy. And the thing that makes me happy is watching movies, so I'm trying to get back into things. Here I am crying. Oh God. Um, so, okay. I'm fine. So I watched Helen Hunt's film that debuted today. It's in a few markets, and then it's on VOD. You can rent it on Amazon and iTunes. And it's called Ride. It's a surf movie. I love surf movies. As it happens, the only thing I'm really missing about not watching films directed by men is that I used to watch The Endless Summer a lot, and I haven't been able to watch it in 4 months, and that's been tough. Okay, so I rented it on Amazon because it is playing in a theater here in LA, but I just don't have the energy to drive places right now, so I VOD'd it. Watched it on Amazon. It looked okay. Let's see. So it's about a woman played by Helen Hunt. So it's written, directed, produced, and then starring Helen Hunt. And it's about a woman who, for reasons you find out later, is very protective of her only son, played by Brendan Thwaites. And he's gone off to the summer to live with her ex-husband, his father. And he's supposed to come back in the end of the summer to go to NYU to pursue learning about writing. But he decides to drop out, and so she goes to LA to find him and sort of convince him to come back. But in doing so, she discovers that she sort of needs to prove to him that she can come outside of herself, and then he can sort of meet her halfway. And so she starts learning how to surf because that's the thing he loves. And her surf instructor is played by Luke Wilson, and he's super attractive and very charming. Shenanigans ensue. It's one of those movies that's sort of part comedy, part drama. It goes back and forth. It's really all about the Helen Hunt character. It's like 80% her, and then like 10%, 15% the son, and then like 5% Luke Wilson being hot. I wouldn't say it's a great movie. It's not even a particularly good film, but it's definitely an interesting movie, and not one sort of the mother daughter or the mother son aspect here is not really how I've seen it portrayed often in film. And just how terrifying it is for a mom to let their children go, and how terrifying it is for children to go from their parents, even if they are in that stage in their life where they can't wait to get away from them. It's still terrifying. So sort of an interesting look at that. And then it had the New Yorkers hating LA, and then they get to LA and discover that LA is actually kind of wonderful. And LA is not full of stupid people, just so you know. There's a lot of smart people here in the great city of angels. So I definitely would recommend it, just because it's something different, and it's the summer movie season, and it's a surf movie. Like, the color scheme was beautiful. Lots of, like, she's got a bright yellow surfboard. Luke Wilson's got a blue surfboard. Everything's sort of like sand colored. It's It's beautiful. It made me want to go to Venice. Although, they did that thing where they play with geography. So at one point they're in Venice, and then another point they're in Malibu, and it's like, whatever. It's not like it takes 4 hours to get from one to the other. It doesn't take 4 hours, but it feels like it because you're on the freeway. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I would recommend this movie. It's, and the other thing, and I was reading something about this, I like the thought that it's sort of a fantasy wish fulfillment sort of thing, but for an older woman. So it's an older woman getting to learn to surf and hook up with a hot dude. Like, that's great. And I think we need more of that. There's a lot of interesting little cameos. I'm not going to tell you who the cameos are. You can look it up if you want to spoil it. Or you could just watch it and see the cameos, which are fun. So this was Helen Hunt's Ride. It's from 2015. It just came out today. It's on iTunes and Amazon and various Google Play, I guess, and various theaters. And if you go to, I think it's ridemovie.org or something like that, you can see the theaters where it's playing. Maybe you can go see it in theater.